edition of Beast Month, I bring you Polar Claw. So Polar Claw, as if you won't be able to tell from his name, does transform into, well, you'll get to see in a minute. But right now I'm going to talk to you a little about who exactly is Polar Claw. Well, in the comics, Polar Claw was kind of like Optimus Primal's second-in-command, and, well, when you take a look at him, he actually looks like this guy could really take charge if he had to. I don't know, Rhinox kind of seemed stable, and he looked like he could probably handle things, and like in the TV show, he did, actually. But I don't know, it just seems like this guy could handle so much more, and he just seems like he knows how to get the job done. In fact, Polar Claw never even appeared in the TV show, which is strange and odd to me, and a little sad, too. It seems like this is such a cool idea for a character. Why not use him? I mean, of course you should use him. He just looks great. Look at him. Isn't he awesome? I think he is. But, yeah, so that was kind of sad, but he really is pretty cool, and so, I mean, just look at him all over. Sure, he's got the precarious foot kind of hanging off the shoulder there. That's a bit weird. But that's really the only bit of kibble he really has. I mean, he's just perfectly great. The only weapon he really comes with is this strange little pistol thing here, which has the face of a bat. Taking a bit of a closer look, you see that it not only has the face of a bat, but wings as well, but it also has a foot, just under there, just like that. I mean, it's his foot. His foot becomes a bat, and he holds it in his hand as a gun. What? Yeah, when it comes to randomness, that's about as random as it gets. But it's like this kind of little drone thing that he can also shoot things with, and it's kind of a gun too. I don't know why it looks like a bat, but I guess, you know, that polar bears and bats hang out together all the time, so, you know, whatever. But the figure taking on his own looks really neat. He just looks really cool. I'm not really 100% sure what this foot up here is supposed to be other than just a cap for this little gimmick right here, which is a snap-out claw that just goes and hits you. He also got this little gimmick where the bat drone thing can kind of sit up here on this block on his shoulder, and it looks like it's supposed to fire, but for the life of me, I can't imagine how. Maybe it's just my version of it that can't really work very well, which is actually a possibility. And like all these early Beast Wars figures, he's got a mutant mask, but unlike Dinobot, it doesn't really get in the way. In fact, it's just the other side of his head. It looks actually pretty cool, and I gotta say, it's not that dumb. But I so just prefer this zombie, angry samurai sort of head sculpt for his robot mode. The robot mode's got a fair bit of articulation. He's got hip joints, knee joints, elbow joints, shoulder joints, head moves perfectly fine, no waist swivel, but that's okay, because the rest of him is just perfect. I mean, look at him, it just looks great. I like the red kind of seeping through here, just like, hello, out of all this white and gray that just really sets it off a little bit more and makes the white look a lot more special with right next to this bright fire engine red. So robot mode, yeah, pretty cool. But now, maximize. So here we go with beast mode. And transformation on this guy is pretty ingenious, and I gotta say it's really satisfying. And I can't believe this, but look at that. Almost no robot junk undercarriage. I mean, it looks like he's lean almost. Just doesn't seem right, but yeah, it's true. He looks like he's an actual polar bear. Can't say exactly how I feel about that foot, knowing that it's really just a bat drone / gun thing. But yeah, he's also got this one little gimmick in bear mode where he can just pull down his little mouth and go, yay, things, yay. The rear end looks a bit precarious with all those robot legs and red sticking out there, but we'll just try not to look at that. Polar Claw does a great job of doing what he's supposed to, and what he is supposed to do is look like a polar bear, and he does that quite well. Although he does seem to be just a bit dwarfed by Dinobot, but then again, Dinobot is supposed to be pretty big. But I really like Polar Claw. In fact, I think he's one of my favorite Beast Wars figures I've ever seen. And I know I'm not exactly an expert on Beast Wars, but he really is cool, and I like him a lot. I really think he's neat. I really do. He's just a nice little neat package that unfolds into a pretty awesome robot with some neat gimmicks. And I know I'm not really a big fan of gimmicks, but when it comes to gimmicks, Polar Claw's got the ace in the hole, as they say. So that's Beast Wars Polar Claw. Join me next week for the next installment in Beast Month, and until that next time, see ya.